All right, can everybody hear me okay? I know that's like the common refrain with Zoom calls. Um, so my name is Joe Akers. I own Pure Paul Marketing, which is a small digital marketing company, and it's just me. We work with small businesses. We work with a lot of real estate agents, which is why Jeannie and I know one another. I used to work at Agent Owned and was the marketing director there, but I have since gone out on my own. Um, but I was asked to come here to kind of chat with you guys about anything new that I knew about with Facebook. And I will first start off by saying that don't feel alone at all with your frustration with Facebook. I have daily frustrations with Facebook. I have daily issues where something was located, a button was located in one area and it's gone, and I have to figure out where it went to. So, Facebook is always tweaking, and sometimes you might be in a group of people that are being experimented on. So don't feel like it's just you. I get frustrated as well. One of the big things that I wanted to chat with you guys about, which Jeannie is actually experiencing right now, is there is something called a new Facebook experience, the new page experience, which is rolling out. It started in October of last year, but it's slowly rolling out. And typically, I think what you guys are supposed to do is get an email if you have a business page that says, we're going to do this to you, so get ready. But Jeannie happened to get lucky, and when she put her, is it Zyia or Zyia?
Zyia.
How do you say it?
Zyia.
Zyia.
Okay. So when she set up her Zyia page, she wrote me and she said, what in the world is going on? I don't understand. I can't find the stuff. I can't see what's going on. So there is a new layout that for business pages, Facebook is rolling out for everybody. And it is going to be frustrating for you because it's going to look a little bit different. Things are going to be missing that you're really used to if you've run a business page before. But I will tell you that personally, I think that a lot of it is very good stuff to be happening for a business. So I'll just kind of go through some of the things to kind of lay it out for you so you understand. And then that'll be kind of where I turn it over to questions about the new page experience and Facebook in general. So the big thing that's going to happen is the pages are going to have a different layout that is going to be very similar to your profile page. So it's going to look very similar to your personal profile page, where you have the same sort of layout where you don't have a lot of the tabs that you used to. And that's something that Jeannie is experiencing right now. What I will say that really stands out is there are going to be no more likes. You're not going to have a likes anymore. You're going to have followers. And while this seems like it's kind of crazy, one of the things that I learned a long time ago is that the follower count that you have is actually much better than the like count that you have. And the reason for that is if people are following you, they're much more invested in your brand. And so those are the people who have said, I want the information that this person or business is publishing, is putting out there for me. Whereas if you like a business page, you can continue to like them, but you can unfollow them. So then you no longer see that. So what will happen is all of your followers will transfer over. Okay, so you'll get all the followers that you had, but your likes will no longer be part of your business page. So that is a pro and a con, because what you can do is those people who are no longer followers, you can try to re-engage with them and get them back onto your page. But again, it's just going to be a follower count, and the follower count is really what you want to increase. You want that to be as high as you can get it, because those are the people who are going to be receiving the information that you put out there. So for you ladies, any new products that come out and you post about it, you do a video about it, those are the people that are going to see it. Whereas if you look at your likes versus your followers, if your like count is different than your followers, that means that you've got some people who've said, yeah, I don't want to see this information anymore. I personally, for some of my businesses, have that, and I know my clients have that. So that's one of the big things. But it's actually not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It gives you a better idea of who is invested in your brand. One of the other things that's going to happen is you're going to have your very own, on the business side, news feed. So you can go in and make sure that you're following various groups, various brands that you might engage with, that you might be able to do collaborations with or something like that, but it's your own little news feed that you can go in and it'll be some of your followers posting about things so you can interact with them as your brand. Plus businesses that you might be able to like reshare something and tag them in to expand your reach so more people will know about Zyia. But the one thing I think stands out that's really nice about that is from what I understand, because another aside is that I myself and my clients have not actually experienced this new page yet. Jeannie is the only one that has done it or has experienced it. So I've just been able to go on her page and take a look at things. But the one thing that stands out that's really great for me, I think, is once you have those followers and you're following those pages as your business, when they make comments and say something, you can interact with them as your Zyia brand and then engage with them. And the people who are friends with them will see that interaction and possibly drive traffic to your page or cause your friend to get messages like, what is this Zyia thing all about? And it, again, allow you to sort of expand your reach a little bit further. Okay, so there are some things that you're going to lose. They may add them back in later on, but your reviews are going away. So that's not going to be something that you have. I would imagine that if enough of a stink from a business is put up there about the reviews, that they'll probably add those back in, but those are going to go bye-bye. I know that Jeannie was having some trouble with some things. I have personally, with some changes that have been happening with my brand pages, both client and personal brands, I've had some weird stuff happening with reviews, but those are going to go away. The one thing that I will say is if you happen to have a business page somewhere else and you have a Google My Business page, send them the link to your Google My Business page to do those reviews so that that's helping people find you. But those are going to go away. You're not going to be able to schedule directly from your business page. That's going to go to the push that Facebook is making for your business manager and your creator studio, which is kind of where they've been holding stuff anyway. And they've slowly been trying to kind of edge everybody over to using that. So that's you'll see that on your left-hand side up at the top left corner. You'll see business manager and publishing options and things like that. So you won't directly be able to publish from your page. So if you create a post directly on your page, you'll no longer be able to schedule it from there. They're going to want to push you over to the business manager. But you'll still be able to do that if you happen to use any third-party software to schedule your posts. So that'll still be available. There's only going to be 2 roles. So if you have anybody that helps you with your business page, there used to be admin, then editor, then moderator, then financial, all these different things. There's 2 now. There's going to be full access and partial access. Full access is going to be equal to the admin. So if you own your page, you want to have full access. If you have someone that's helping you and you don't necessarily want them to see everything, then you would give them partial access. And once you do that, so let's say, for example, you want me to help you with something to do posts. You have full access, you give me partial access, and you say, I only want Joe to be able to do posts and moderate the post. So it gives you a little bit more control as the owner of your business page. Another thing too that's really important, all of the content that you've posted so far on your regular business page, your older business page, once that switch happens, it should carry everything over. So it'll be the same dates that you posted it, the same comments, the same likes, all of that good stuff. What I did read is that it's possible that some of your stories, if you guys are doing any stories, some of those might not carry over, but it shouldn't be too much. The one thing to keep in mind is that while they're in the process of switching everybody over, you can switch over to try it out, and then you can switch back if you don't like it. But you will eventually be switched back. You'll be switched to the brand new experience. One thing I want you to keep in mind as a sort of caveat to that is if you do switch back, you can lose some of your content. So if you switch back to the old version, which most of you are probably using right now, where you have access to your likes and follows, and you get some likes, but they don't follow you, and you switch back or you're automatically switched, you're going to lose those. If you create posts in your old account versus your new, you get the idea. It can get a little bit confusing, but if you switch back and forth, you could lose some of the content and the audience that you create from that. So just be very careful about it. Let's see, what else? So the other things that you might lose are, which I don't know that you guys would really use a whole lot, is appointments and jobs, which is not a big deal. It's not such a big thing. It is for somebody, say for like a real estate agent or something, but for you all, I don't know that it would be a big deal. And that's really kind of it. I know that that's a lot of stuff to throw at you, but obviously I only have half an hour with you, but the things, the high points of this to keep in mind is that it is coming if you haven't experienced it already. You're going to lose some functionality, but not everything. All in all, the changes that are going to happen are actually going to be quite beneficial to having a better understanding of who your audience is and how engaged they are with the content that you're putting out. And also a few more ways that you can engage directly as your brand to your particular, your potential customers and your audience. So I think those are kind of the big things to take away from it. You're still going to be able to run ads. You're still going to be able to schedule posts. It's just that it's going to be a little bit of a different kind of annoying process to get used to. And then it's going to be your new normal and you're going to get used to it. So.
And I want to open it for questions, but I do have a couple of quick questions and points. Joe, a lot of us use under our business page, we use groups to create what we call parties for people that are private, like little multi-day parties. And I remember with Jeannie, we were not able, when you set it up, you got to go in as your business page, but then you got to toggle into your personal page and back and forth so you can invite people. And we could not do that with her account. Is there a way to do that when you get into the new?
I believe from everything that I have read is that, so groups is going to, you'll still have access to your groups that you create. And one of the main things that they talk about at the very beginning, and this is from Facebook alone, just saying, here's what we're getting ready to do, and it's going to happen whether you like it or not, is that process of switching between your personal and business accounts and then functioning in your business account is going to be much more streamlined. So with that being said, if you're creating groups to have the parties and various things like that, it should become more streamlined and easier for you to do that, because it's kind of, they're trying to make the business pages more of a standalone feature so that you can function as a business a little bit more, as opposed to having to have it so intertwined with your personal page.
Okay.
Does that answer the question?
Well, Jeannie, did you figure out how to do that? Because we could not figure it out.
No, it was really weird. So basically, somehow I could only post to the group too through my personal page. So then everything came on the group party personally, not through my Zyia business page. And I couldn't toggle.
Okay.
So maybe,
go
ahead.
Well, what I was going to say is that Jeannie, I still have access to your page to be able to switch back and forth. So I will go in there and kind of try to take a look, and then I will see if I find an answer with it, then I'll follow up with either you, Angel, or you, Jeannie, to kind of disseminate that information. Okay.
Great.
All right, thank you,
and
Joe.
where do you get the best information? I know they have, like, this is new on Facebook, but it's really like hidden and not really informative. Is there any good resources you found that, like, this is a good thing to a blog or whatever to follow to get more good information?
So what I would say, and I'm gonna, if I'm able to do it, yes, I should be, and I see some chat stuff coming up, so I'll look at that too. Yeah, so Kat has said, of course, like everything else, you have to learn it, but it's really an upgrade once you get rolling. Correct. Job posting aspect, would that be a good option used? So I answered that to Kimberly that they're not going to have a job availability. So you always find workarounds. So that would just be a post maybe that you use and you pin to the top kind of thing. If you're looking for more representatives, this you know, the facebook.com/business, that's kind of their help center as a business. It's going to be where you could get certifications, which I do, but also and here, let me give you the actual link to the new pages experience. So this is Facebook's most up-to-date info, and I think this was published in January of 2021. You can do a Google search, and believe me, I've done it. Once this really started to hit and Jeannie was having trouble, I did a search, but they were starting to create content. Other pages were starting to create content back in October and January, and it wasn't up to date because I think one of the things that it said was they would still have reviews, but I didn't agree with that because I know Jeannie was having it. So I delved further and went to Facebook directly to see, no, they're going to get rid of the reviews. Whereas in the beginning, they were saying they were going to keep it. So that's a really good resource to have. And just general, like the search bar at the top, you can type in new experience or using groups, you know, because that's more than likely, I'm going to check Jeannie's page, try to interact with it and understand how it functions. And if I don't have the answers, I'm probably going to go there and do some research and search. And then I might go to one of my personal like Facebook community manager groups or something like that and ask those questions that maybe Facebook doesn't have. The other thing, let me see if I can get you a link. That just is one of the places that I sign up for, and I get an email every day that kind of keeps me updated on all kinds of social media, is this page right here I really like. And then it'll talk about various things for you to try. Like, let's say, for example, and it's called socialmediaexaminer.com. And they'll come out with various folks who are professionals that'll say, here's the best way to use groups for retail, or here's the best, you know, they're constantly creating content, but there's a wealth of information that you can use searches to try to go back and take a look at and get some information that you can use. And it's not just about maybe the new page experience. It's about like, how best can I use a Facebook Live with my business page? You know, so there's different things like that where it might just be an article, but then again, it might be a YouTube tutorial that they brought a specialist in. So those are always really good resources to use.
Wow, those are awesome. Okay, who has questions? Sarah.
I do. Okay, I had the biggest headache with one of my reps whose page I think did exactly what Jeannie's did, where it was the new version. We couldn't from sync share, like none of her page were posting. I had to switch to her personal from sync share to post, but then still some of those were not posting from her personal. And I logged into her, she let me give me her login. I went into her business page and I saw nowhere where I could switch back to the old version of the business page.
Really?
So is that an option? You sound like that's an option, but I did not see that.
Let me now see the way that I read it. From Facebook is yes, you can. And see, I'm at a slight disadvantage because, like I said, the only access I have to it is from Jeannie's. Let me try to switch over to Jeannie's.
Yeah, I Googled everything I could. I looked, there was nothing. And then the only thing I would get taken to then the business manager page, which was like, wanted me to make my head explode.
And I will say that to all of you, the business manager page, all of the stuff with Facebook's backend, and I do it all the time. I'm in there all the time. It still gives me a headache because they don't do a very good job of making it user friendly.
And so just, you know, ScentShare is a third-party tool we use to pre-batch all of our party posts. Mm-hmm. And like a couple months ago, it stopped letting us post from our personal page. Well, we can still post from our personal. Mm-hmm. But now we have to go to the pages because it wasn't showing up. It was saying this content was not able to show up or something. So the only way it guarantees showing up is it comes from your business page, not your personal page. That was a whole debacle we all went through. But now it sounds like with this new page, because Jeannie had the same thing. It sounds like Sarah, you guys had. So
yeah, I dealt with it like 3 weeks ago, and it was insane. Like it was such a time suck, and like I couldn't even figure out why I could get it to work sometimes or not. But like her personal, like I had to switch to her personal, but then still stuff wasn't posting, and but nothing would post from the business page, and it was just.
Did share?
I could not try to figure out every way I could to switch back like to the old version, and I could not get it.
Did ScentShare respond? Did you get what ScentShare? Did they respond on any of it?
Yeah, they just were like, oh, Facebook is switching over to whatever, and there's just some glitches.
Well,
Yeah.
thanks a lot, guys.
And Joe, ScentShare is pretty tight in with Facebook. I think they have a really good relationship. So I know they kind of keep on top of it, but they also are not, they're not number one.
Right.
Like, and they're not working for Facebook.
I know for me, the parties that I do the post, if it has anything that with like money in it or certain words that are something that should be coming from a business page, it'll post the pictures, but it won't post the text.
Happens too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of interesting. So it'll still post it, but it won't put the information. So then you basically have to remember to put everything from your business page.
When you're going from your personal to your business?
No, in ScentShare, when we
Mhm.
pre-schedule our posts, certain
Okay.
posts, if it has, I think like certain kind of keywords or dollar signs or things like that, ScentShare can post the photos, but all the text is missing. So then it makes no sense. Like I do the post on turn on your notifications.
Mhm.
The pictures will come through, but all the text will not.
Yeah, that seems.
But if I
kind of weird.
post it through the business page, it comes through fine. But if I
Yeah.
do it for my personal, it won't.
And I'm not very familiar with that third party group, and there may be something that either policies that they have to go with in terms of what they, with the API that's connected between SyncShare and them, that will filter out they're not allowed to do, but you are. It's very weird how some of that stuff works. Because for example, just working with real estate agents, I've had ads rejected because the name of the street was McAllen and they thought I was promoting alcohol. So, I mean, it's some automated like bot sort of stuff might capture things that they're not supposed to. But let's see, I've got some more questions here that are about that. So I'm going to come back to the SyncShare thing. Somebody, Aisha is asking, is there a set number of invites you can do on Facebook in a day or week? You were stopped from inviting for a few days. The magic number, I can't remember that for sure. It might be 100. You can't go buck wild because you'll be thought of as a bot or an automated service, which they're not happy with. So you just kind of have to, kind of segment and break it up in terms of what you're doing. I have been stopped before when I've been going through and just, saying invite. So just batch it. And the thing that I would do in terms of workaround is if you've got a group of people or a certain number of people that you want to invite who are higher priority, that could be more beneficial to what you're trying to do, invite those people first and then kind of group your batches in lower priority just to kind of get through all of those folks. So I'm thinking it's spelled a different way. How do you spell this third party SyncShare?
It's Cinch. Yeah, CI. Y'all, and I'm sending y'all what they sent me about certain words because I've dealt with that too. Like you can't use certain words. And Kathleen mentioned the sales format. Is there a way to automatically just turn off sales format for all your posts, or do you have to do that when it comes up as a sale? Are you familiar with that at all?
Are you asking me?
Yes. Do you know?
With SyncShare?
No, with Facebook. So if you post, sometimes it will show up automatically as a sale, as they call it, sales format, which you're trying to sell something, which we're not doing. We're selling something, but we're not really linking it. We're having a photo of it and we talk about it. But then we have to go in there and say turn off sales format as a drop down. It's just a pain in the butt for it to post. So if there's a way to just get rid of that, that would be, and there's also a new one called Ask a Question, which is kind of annoying, but it still posts that. But like some things like that, I'm like, why does it automatically do? Can we just get rid of this,
Gotcha. Now, I'm not necessarily familiar with the sales format part, partly because the majority of the folks that I work with are the real estate agents, so there's some stuff they just simply can't do, so we don't deal with the retail aspect of things. But I will dig into that and get an answer one way or another, whether it's me saying I don't know or You just can't. You have to do it individually. But yeah, I mean, I can understand your frustration with that, and I'm actually gonna copy and paste this list of information too that they're saying you can't use, so I can review it, so I know.
Yeah. And it might be good. I know we're limited on time with you today, but it might be good to do just a dedicated, even like an hour. I can pull I think we probably have more questions. I mean, if anybody has any burning question, we can ask it, but I know time is limited, but even just, hey, if you're interested in if you got any Facebook issues, let's get on a call with Joe and maybe we can even send them in advance so you can know and kind of do some research. That might be really helpful because and we probably should just wait until this new format comes out, and do it right around then. But anybody have a burning question?
So I know that Sarah, you had that question about switching back. I have a note to kind of dig into Jeannie's, and I was doing that before the question. So I'm going to dig into that further to see if I can find that, because they do say you can switch back for a certain amount of time.
That's what I was pretty sure I saw, but like where you could do it was beyond a mystery. Like I looked all over. And is it your understanding that it's only going to be for a certain period of time and that eventually you won't be able to switch at all?
Yeah, I would imagine so, because they're, with most of the stuff they're doing, I know that with the business manager and the creator studio, there is a push to get businesses away from using any sort of stuff on their page directly and to go into this business manager as sort of a hub for all of your scheduling, all of your ads, all of that stuff, which I'm a little bit frustrated by because, like you said, it makes your brain kind of go on the fritz. Yeah, it is awful. It's tough. And I still have difficulties when I'm getting myself connected to another client's ad or page. I have one client right now where somehow one of my businesses is connected to their page where it should be me. So it's just kind of nerve-wracking. But I will go in there and look at where that is, or ask the question, because I do run ads. I can get on there with a chat with a direct customer service person and say, where is this? Where is it? Can I use it or not? So I will look into that.
Does anybody here run ads? I had before. I didn't feel like they were beneficial, but I did when I started, like early on.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Joe.
No, go ahead.
I ran ads, but I've done them for my real estate page.
And those really, I mean, the thing with ads is to really be clear before you start, because you guys are, working with something that has a margin. It's kind of understanding, like, how many people do I need to break even, to make sales, and going a step backwards from that is, do I want brand awareness or do I want sales? Do I want conversion? So it's important that you understand that ahead of time, and then understanding who it is that you're trying to get in front of. So obviously I would think that you guys have a very good understanding, a very clear understanding of who your customer is. So then, and especially for you guys, there's a little bit of a tweak there, because Facebook can be a little bit grumpy with you because it's sort of a health fitness kind of thing, but you guys aren't saying lose weight in 2 days, it's more of a, active lifestyle sort of brand. So you don't have the restrictions that real estate, Jeannie, you will know, has for discrimination. So you can target very, very specifically. But there's some stuff, I won't get into that. That's another conversation. But I do think that understanding whether or not you want people to just know about you and to be part of your page, or you want people to buy stuff from you, that's a big deal to start off with, to really have success with the ads.
Cool. All right, Joe, this has been great. I love the links. I did include Joe's information in the chat. So if you guys want to hire him on your own, if you want to hire him for your other businesses, feel free to reach out. He was really great and quick. And thanks, Jeannie, for connecting us. And like I said, I'd love to do another one of these, probably when the new page launches. So we'll just touch base about that and work together. So thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate it.
No problem. And if you guys have my contact information there, if you want to shoot me an email, let's see, it's very easy. I'll put it in here really quickly. But if there's a question about what we talked about today that I didn't answer, then just shoot me an email, and it'll be part of my email that I return to you guys to answer some of the questions that we didn't get to.
Jennifer did ask, do you know when the new version is going to launch? Or
they haven't said. When you go in and you're reading, like the link that I sent you that's directly about the page experience, as you go through and read there, it says it's not rolled out to everybody. What I do understand is that you're supposed to get a notification via email or via something, whether it's through your page or something. You're supposed to get a notification that, hey, it's coming. So get ready. And then during that time, what I understand, Sarah, and I will confirm that, is that you're supposed to be able to switch back for a limited time, and then it's going to be permanent. And it's probably not going to be permanent until it's rolled out to everybody.
Yeah.
So there may be a longer time frame, but I will make a note to see if I can find some sort of time frame so I can give you the definitive answer on that.
cool.
If you can find how to switch, that's amazing. Because if it happens, it switches, and I have like 5 parties going on, I'll lose my mind.
Well, I will, again, like I said, I will look, and if I cannot find it on Jeannie's page, then I will get on chat with a Facebook rep and say, can you give me some sort of idea of if this is even possible anymore? Because you say it is, but I can't find it. So.
Thank you.
No
Great,
problem.
Joe.
Thanks, everybody. I really appreciate it.
Okay, so everyone that's going to stay
Yeah.
on. We'll
Thank
do
you,
some
Joe.
quick
You're
notes.
welcome.
Thank you so much. This is so great. Yay. I love learning new things. That was great. Okay, some fun things. Just wanted to, I know we all know about hopefully everything going on with Zyia. There's so many exciting things. I did want to plug Summit one more time. We will have a call right before Summit, but plan on watching Summit. If you are in Charleston, there is a watch party at my house. I won't be here, but my house is open up. Heidi is organizing that. So please get with her. You can even stay here if you're coming in. There's a couple of rooms here. We'd be happy to have you here. There's a golf cart. You can have so much fun. I think Heather is getting maybe together with some people. And no, Heather's gonna be with us. Hope and I are talking after this. I know it's her birthday that weekend, but hopefully she can have some people together in Nashville. And I know, Kimberly, you reached out about your area, and I've sent out a message, and I'll follow up on that. So if you're somewhere and you want to watch it with other people, there are Zyia reps everywhere. I can hopefully help you connect with somebody in those areas to watch it in. So I'm staying on top of that, Kimberly, for you, but just let me know. But if not, you need to watch it from your house. You have to watch it. It should be really good information. They do a great job with this is their big event. So the one we watched last time, Base Camp, was a mini one they do every year. They have like a mini little training. This is like their big one. They should be sharing a lot more about numbers, where they're going. There has been lots and lots of rumors about expanding in other countries. I would be shocked if they don't announce it at Summit, but I can't guarantee that for sure. But I've seen all the top reps talking about that specifically. So I'm assuming that's what's going to happen. They do previews. When I went to Summit, it changed my trajectory with this business, and it's that and that important. And I'm really excited for the girls coming. We're going to have a great time. And I would love all of you to try to come next year when COVID's hopefully really gone away, right? We need to get this virus gone. Gold Digger is awesome. Zyia's never done anything like this. I think their biggest one was a couple $100, but to give people a chance to earn $750 each month to earn up to $7,000. I mean, it's so major, and all it is a 3x4. And a few of you were on Sarah Anderson's big training she did about the 3x4. 3x4, if you don't know, is 3 people to your team, adding 3 people to your team in a month, and 2,500 in sales. And they broke it down. If you're like, oh my gosh, 2,500 in sales, that's so crazy. That's $625 per week, which comes to roughly 10 pair of leggings or 5 outfits. Okay. When you start breaking it down like that, you're like, 10 pair of leggings. Well, shoot, I know people that need leggings. Like I can call, and it's like, how bad do you want, or you really want to go for this promotion? And I always tell people to go for it. Like always go for it and believe you can get there. Like if you break it down like that, I'm reaching out to everybody I know about 10 pairs of leggings, right? The other easy way, obviously, is to have parties, because your average party will be about $600, give or take. So have a party every week. Or if you're like Sarah, have 9, 10, or 12 a month. And then adding people to your team, all that takes, guys, is sharing the business, share the business, share the business. And you could say, we're starting in a new thing for my first line girls tomorrow called Wham calls. And in that call, you get to share, are you sharing the business? And you think in your mind, I know I've shared it with so many people. Really, how many people have you shared it with? I created my own dream team list of about 35 people. And I've been reaching out to each one of them individually and saying, hey, this is the time. We're about to expand in other countries. We've got this major promotion. My team just got back from Mexico. Whatever it is, share that and people or get interested. I've already had somebody join. I have 3 or 4 super interested. I'm going to get this 3x4 every month. Okay. And all of you can too. You just have to work at it. So break it down, make it doable, make sure you're doing your reach outs, make sure you're doing your customer follow-up, who are the most obvious people to get to join your team, and make sure you're doing selling the 10 pair of leggings a month. So that's pretty black and white. I am going to do a little chart I saw somebody else do that you can print out because I love charts, and you can like track your progress. And I love somebody put on their wall, Brittany Duncan put a bunch of sticky notes, and every time she sells like $100, she takes a little sticky note off, and every time she has somebody join, she's taking a sticky note. And that's like great, just things to get you pumped about it. So whatever it takes for you. And I did want to say congratulations to Lauren Webb and Randy, who won freaking last month prizes, a smartphone and a $250 gift card. I was so excited because every week I'm like, why is there nobody from our team? Our team is too big to have nobody winning prizes. And the fact that we had 2 people win in 1 week, that was so amazing. So congrats for them. I know all of you worked really hard, and I'm just so proud that, and that's something you can promote. My team members just won a smartphone, a $250 gift card. 1 girl's won a Peloton. 6 people went to Mexico. Promote that. Even though you might not have gotten that, it's still part of our team. We should be really proud of that. And this is how doable this is for everybody, right? This is a doable thing for everyone. Shout outs. I know, Sarah, you wanted to share your business builder of the month, if you want to do that.
Yeah. So for anyone on the call, for direct team under me, which is now just under 40 people, every other month, and maybe I'll change it as we get more, but recognize someone that's just doing like things to make their business consistently grow and build, and not the obvious things we see, like, the highest sales or like the most reps on board or anything like that. And she's not on the call, but I'm going to give a big shout out to Crystal Higgins, and she's my business building boss babe of the month. And it's the past 2 months, mainly because, guys, and I'll share on our team page, but the biggest thing, like they talk about a lot, is mindset. Crystal has the mindset. Like, it's so easy to get down and like be like wah wah instead of just taking action. And she may not have as high sales on my team. She may have had a lower month last month, but she's always in it. And she's like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And when her parties are going slow, she's like still amping the hostess up and like getting the party up to like at least something for them. And she had a party this past week that was, not the most high in sales. I think it was like a $200 party, but I watched her party and she got 3 parties booked from it. So like, there's other wins. It's not just sales, booking more parties. Like, that's why I do so many parties, because not all my parties are great. Like, I have 0 parties too, guys. I have $200 parties, but like knowing that you can get something positive from each party you do or each interaction you have is like the key to have. And Crystal really has that. So I just wanted to recognize her because I love having her on my team. And guys, she's like not your, she's older. She's like, she's had to learn like Facebook and SyncShare. And she like thoroughly admits it, but she is just like, she's the I'm going to do it attitude. And like, that's what you need. So yay for Crystal.
I'm so excited. I love Crystal, y'all. She's so cute. I remember meeting her at Sarah when you had your party before you were a rep. And I was like, this girl's so cute. Because she bought something. I remember she bought like the effortless tank and stuff, and she was so excited. So, and Kat just mentioned Kimberly won from Team Papaya if y'all have seen, yay. Oh, yay. I love that. A wine tumbler. Sarah Anderson So again, you're part of a bigger team than this team. Team Papaya, run by Sarah Anderson. She does so many cool things. She does giveaways as well and incentives as well. And she did stuff all month. And I think she's still doing it for people who are being their best and posting. It's, for me, it was a little bit overwhelming, but I'm still trying to do everything. I do everything she posts, but I don't mind be posted on there. But please definitely check that out. And if you haven't checked out her website, she launched her website about a month ago. That is really great. It basically takes everything you need to know in this business and really organized fashion. She had a lot of her team leaders create it. There's training videos. It's very well organized. You can favorite, you can heart it. If you haven't been there yet, it's on our website. Under the resource section, one of the top things, I added a button for it. You just click on there. You do have to create a login and then you can have access. So I've gone through it. I'm using a lot of this stuff. I'm still going to keep our website because I feel like that's more applicable to us, but I think it's great. And if she had it before, I wouldn't have done our website. So, but it's there and it's really great. So definitely use it. And congratulations, Kimberly. A couple of other quick things. I did mention I'm doing WHAM calls. And if you're like, what is WHAM? You might be hearing it a lot because Bob Heilig did a training on it recently. It's called Weekly Accountability Meeting Calls. And I'm doing this with my first line people that are working the business. And I've also invited some of the leaders on the team to be part of it to see how it's run so they can do their own as well. So I know Heidi's interested, Heather, Sarah, Jen, like there's several people that are probably going to start these. But the great thing about these calls is you have to come prepared with what you're doing in your business. They're really short and you also cannot give excuses or long stories. So it's basically like, this is what I'm doing. This is where I'm at. This is where I'm stuck. And we help each other out. And you don't have to reach out to 25 people on a WHAM call. It could be 3 people, but you're showing up and you're showing up prepared. So it's just a way to keep everybody accountable. But I'm excited. So instead of the one-on-one calls I used to do, that's what I'm going to be doing. If you ever have a major issue, of course I'm available, but I really am trying to better prioritize my time. And I feel like this is the best way to do it. And your uplines are there for you and want to help you out as much as possible. So I'm excited to kick those off. Our team call schedule, guys, is amazing. I'm so excited. I booked it all in Mexico. I went up to Chrissy Tager. I went up to Jill. I went up to Blair and just said, and Nellie, and said, I love you guys. You're a major motivation for me. I'd love for you to share your wisdom to the team. So they're all speaking. Chrissy Tager was the original girl that made it with Zyia. She's talking this month to us. So these are just fun calls. Make sure your team comes. I love, like last time, I know with Natalie, we had such a huge turnout. They're giving their precious time and they always do really great job of sharing just easy things that they're doing and making you feel like, wow, I can do this, because you can. So show up for this. And then our team trainings, which are what we do the first call, the second Tuesday, this time is amazing. I've got 2 girls from Sarah's team doing trainings. Katie's on here. She's doing one. Cannot wait. So please plan on doing that. I will be taping them as well, but I'm super excited about the rest of our calls for the year. December we'll take off and do a fun event instead. And then I did want to mention our hostess calls. Heather, thank you so much for being part of our hostess call. Y'all, these calls are 20 minutes long. I do them the first Wednesday of every month, unless there's something going on this month. I had to do Thursday. But they're a way for you to invite your hostesses to a call where I talk and share about a party. And it's so easy for them to come. They can learn about how the party goes, and I share the business opportunity. So you're not having to do any of that. I can do that. I do record them, and I will send it out if I haven't yet. But one person wins a bomber bra. So the only thing I've seen though is we've had less and less people on these calls, and I can do these for my hostesses on my own. So I want to keep doing this for the team, but you got to start showing up, or you have to invite your people. So if you have a person doing a party, invite them to September. So September's will be on I'll give you the date right now. It will be September the 1st, and I think they're at 7:30, and I'll put it on the team calendar, and I do send out a flyer for everybody. So just again, and what I do is I message all my hostesses. I even message the one at the beginning of October because she can't make the first one, and say, hey, I know your party's a month away, but you'll want to be part of this call. And then if they can't come, I send them the link to watch the call. So it's quick and easy, 20 minutes. But if we start getting dwindling numbers, it's something I will check off and not do anymore, because obviously y'all aren't using it. So couple other quick things. I love doing the rep profiles. Thank you so much, Jen, for being our profile this month. I love these. I know Ashley's done it before. Both Ashleys on the call. If you want to be profiled, or if you have somebody on your team that you would love to be profiled, like I was thinking Crystal, Sarah, would be great. Send me their names, and I have a running list, and I reach out to them, but it's just a profile I'll do every month for one rep. They don't need to be doing anything else, but just be great people that we want to showcase. So that, and then also I'm going to be messaging everybody who's not on our website right now, which there were like 50 people not on our website, to give me a picture and just like a 2-sentence description of themselves so I can add you to the website. I'd love to do that under a Meet the Team page. So that's 2 things I'm working on, because I want to shout you guys out. And last is I'm working on a back to school party and fall parties and SenseShare, and I'll have them by the end of the week, early over the weekend, and I'll send them to you. But Jeannie had one too. Thank you so much. She sent me. Y'all, if you ever have a good party and you want to share it with me, I would love it. You can even say, don't share this with the team or whatever, but no one ever shares anything with me. But I was really excited when Jeannie was like, here's my SenseShare party. I'm like, wow, cool. Thank you. Because I also need inspiration and help. So I did appreciate that. But I am working on one for back to school and for back to work in the fall. So I'll make sure everyone has that. But does anybody have any other shout outs or anything they're excited about, or any questions?
I had a question, Angel. Is there any news on when the website's going to be revamped?
It's a good question. Not officially a date, but Zach mentioned it in the call for Canada. If you listen to the Canada inventory call, and said it was going to be really soon. So again, I think that might be something they're waiting for Summit, because they like to announce big things like that. But it sounded really amazing, which would be great.
Yeah.
So I know we're sick of the website, and we sent all of our ideas in. So, but yeah, so.
Thanks.
Anybody else? Congrats to everybody who's added people to the team. Heather is she's almost at the gold digger for this month, which is awesome. And so many of you are doing this month has been great. I know July was slower, but the fall is going to be so incredible, and just hold on tight. If you know anybody in other countries, start reaching out to them. They've been saying Australia, so that's one I would maybe do, but you can reach out to anyone you know, and just get ready for a great fall. If there's nothing else, I'll say adios. And let me know any Facebook questions, and I'll get that guy to come back. I thought that was great. Thanks, Jeannie. Oh yeah, Jeannie, welcome. Anybody else new? Who else is new on the call? You're new, Jeannie. This is your first call? Say hi. Where are you from?
Hi. I'm from Charleston right now. So I live right near Mount Pleasant, about probably 15 minutes from Angel.
She was at the house yesterday.
That's right.
And sorry, I cannot speak. Leisha, is that how you say your name, Leisha?
Yes.
Say who you are and where you're from.
I'm Leisha Sheets. I live in Portland, Tennessee, and I'm on Heather Mack's team.
Awesome. So glad you're
downline,
here.
or whatever you call it.
Yes, and you're doing so great. You guys are both doing awesome. So excited to have you.
She just added somebody to her team this week.
Oh, so exciting. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. So great. Yeah, I forgot I'd try to get you to introduce yourselves. But all right, guys, we all have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.